Hey, Christopher.
Hey Lillian, can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see
Great.
you too. Beautiful
Perfect.
flowers, by the way.
Thank you. That's the third compliment I've gotten. I woke up and my girlfriend had actually set them on my desk. Leftovers from she was making Christmas presents. She was pressing flowers on glasses and then she's making candles. So they're like little candle holders.
Wow, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
Very
How's
nice.
how's
Very
your
nice.
day going?
So far, so good. It's going really wonderful.
Good.
Thank you
Good,
for
good.
asking.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So let's get started. Let me go over some information with you with regards to the patches. I had texted you the 5 of 12 stem cell activation patches uh,
Right.
when we
Mhm.
met at the
That's
burnout
right.
breakthrough.
Right, right.
The I gave you patches, the X39, which is the mother stem cell activation patch, and the IceWave, which is the pain management patch. So I'm going to share my screen with you here.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yep.
just you can see that. And we'll start off with this disclaimer because we always have to say that the patches are not intended to treat, prevent, or cure any disease. We do not heal, cure, treat, or diagnose. The suggestions do not replace the diagnosis and treatment by a qualified licensed healthcare professional. We strongly recommend you consult with your doctor concerning your specific health challenge and treatment needed. No medical claims are being made with the suggestions here.
Understood.
So now let's talk about the stem cell activation patches. This is actually an electron microscope photograph of what an actual stem cell, a certain type of stem cell actually looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And what you may or may not know is that stem cells are pluripotent. So when you are conceived, you have stem cells that have the ability to turn into whatever kind of cell your body needs at that moment that it needs it. So a stem cell can produce a brain cell, a heart cell, a blood cell, an eye cell, a muscle cell, whatever it is that you need at that moment in time. Your stem cell has all the blueprint to create whatever it is needed. And it's called pluripotent because it's able to morph into, it's not even morphing, it's just creating in the moment what it is that your body needs. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
So your body, I like to equate your body to being very much like a house. You know, you have the energy, the personality, the spirit and soul that are you, and it's housed in this temporary housing unit for 80 to 100 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you build your house, you don't build it, from the roof and then, without organization. You always start with the foundation, right?
Right.
So same thing is true with your stem cells and your cells. So you have your foundation. And when you look at your foundation, when you're just looking, first of all, stem cells take care of all the details of your body. So when you're 30 years old, 50% of your stem cells actually turn off. And then
Mm-hmm.
by the time you're 60 years old, almost 100% of them turn off.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to stem cells, if you look at your mother stem cell, this is X39 is the mother stem cell activation patch. That's the one that we put on your girlfriend's neck.
Right.
Okay. So when we start with the foundation, which this is going to build your house, the mother stem cell activation patch, it activates your stem cells by your body's own infrared light. So if you
Mm-hmm.
look at your body emits 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit heat. That heat is evidence of light that's coming from inside your body.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it's infrared light. It's been commonly known for a very long time. That infrared light, if I were to put, let's say, night vision goggles, and I were to look at you at night with night vision goggles, I would see the infrared light glowing from your body.
Mm-hmm.
So that infrared light, it's going to bounce off of this stem cell activation patch. This stem cell activation patch doesn't have stem cells in it.
Mm-hmm.
It activates the stem cells, and your body is the battery that charges and fuels this stem cell. It simply reflects that infrared light off of the lattice crystal
Mm-hmm.
on the patch. And then when it reflects back to your blood, it turns on GHKCU copper peptide, which is what turns on your stem cells.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that happens is that it repairs the cells, because the stem cells are designed to always repair whatever's damaged in your body, whatever cellular damage, like wherever there's inflammation in the body, stem cells love that because it knows that if there's inflammation there, there's damage. So that means it's to replace and repair it. So it's going to immediately repair cellular damage, restore collagen, rebuild scar tissue, reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to increase energy, increase sexual libido, antioxidants, anti-aging, anti-inflammation. It's going to provide you pain relief anywhere from 50 to 100% within 3 to 4 minutes of applying this patch. Improved sleep and hair growth. So that's all accomplished by this first stem cell activation patch, which is the mother stem cell patch.
Right.
So that's your foundation. You've got your flooring. Okay. So we're going to put the bearing wall up. You've got the mother stem cell activation patch. And that, I like to equate your stem cells as, like, if you think about your printer cartridge and your printer machine, you have a tricolor printer with a tricolor cartridge and a black cartridge, right?
Right.
Your stem cells are equivalent to those printer cartridges. So when you first make a copy and you have brand new cartridges, you can't tell the difference the colored copy from the original. Copy and the original look the same. And the same thing with the black and white copy. You've got the original, the black and white copy, you can't tell them apart. But used up 80 to 90% of this cartridge. Now that color copy, it's a faded version of the original. Same thing is true with the black and white copy. In fact, it's not even black and white. It's gray and white now because there's only 10, 20% left, right?
Right.
Same thing is true with your body. So when your stem cells are replicating, now you went from having 100% when you were a kid to you're 30, you have 50% as you age. Now it's a function of age, right? 60, and now you only have 10%, maybe. You might have all 100% of them gone. Only 2 or 3% might be left. So now you have faded copies of the cells that are being replaced, trying to replace the damaged cells. And if you look at the reason why a faded copy is faded is because the dots per inch, the DPI, there's missing DPI, right? Missing information.
Right.
So your genes are the same way. When you look at your stem cells and you look at the genetic, your DNA strand has a little bit of it missing information because most of it is gone. And then the telomeres at the end, you have shortened telomeres because over time they've oxidized and now there's missing information. Now you have stem cells that are replicating cells, not 100%, not 90%, at the 2 to 3% mark if you're close to 60. It's at the 50% mark if you're over 30. That's just a function of age. That's also why you see people in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, as they continue to get older, they have IBS, they have ulcers, they have GERD, they have diabetes, they have cancers, they have all sorts of, gum issues, migraines, all sorts of things start to go awry because you're missing stem cells. So the daughter stem cell activation patch works in synergy in concert with the mother stem cell patch. So now you've got your bearing wall, and this stem cell patch does something much different than the first one. This one is going to give you radiation poisoning relief, increase lean muscle mass. It's important when you have any kind of joint injury, it affects the surrounding muscle. And so this increases lean muscle mass. Athletes also really love these patches. Bone density, muscle mass, and strength is increased with the mother stem cell patch. So if you have any cartilage that's missing, deteriorated, torn, or bones that are broken or compromised, this patch is going to increase bone density, muscle mass, and strength. This is also going to increase your energy and your focus, and your cardiovascular system is going to be improved. This patch basically protects you against 5G, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi radiation as well. So EMS that you're getting from the computer screen or the cell phone, whatever Wi-Fi routers, electronics that you have in your environment, walking through TSA scanners, even flying in a plane. When you fly in a plane, the closer we are to the sun, the more radiation we have. And so a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that a lot of airline pilots and a lot of flight attendants suffer from a lot of infertility problems. And it's because they're working, 40, 60 hours a week. You're in a bullet that's got radiation. You're being radiated the whole time you're at work.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This particular patch creates a Faraday cage around your body. It's an electromagnetic field that protects you against radiation, as well as protecting you from radiation poisoning. And this patch reduces belly fat. If you have belly fat, it will use that belly fat for an immediate source of energy so that it can focus on repairing and restoring and rebuilding the body from the inside out. The last thing is, if you have osteoporosis, it's going to help with the osteoporosis because, as I mentioned before,
right.
Density. So any reparation that has to be made in any kind of a joint, your bones, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, all of that is going to be improved, and it's going to be replaced with your original tissue so that you have an improvement also in muscle mass and strength. So that's the second patch. So then you have your next wall is your glutathione patch. And glutathione, a lot of people take glutathione either supplements or they take glutathione shots. When you take glutathione shot, the reason that people do that, oops, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Dropped the stem cell patch. Glutathione, the reason why people take glutathione is that glutathione is produced by the brain. Actually, the brain signals the liver to produce glutathione. Glutathione is a master antioxidant that's found in every single organ of the body. So all your muscles have glutathione and all your organs have glutathione. Now you might be wondering, well, why is that? Well, the body knows that glutathione has to be present head to toe because that's not only your master antioxidant detoxifier, it's also your immune booster. So when you have low levels of glutathione, then you succumb and are subject to whatever germ, virus, or bacteria is in your environment, and then you can get an infection. If your glutathione levels are high enough, then you might be exposed to it and you might get infected, but you won't have any symptoms because your body will immediately detoxify it out. It's a foreign agent that's not needed. So this glutathione patch, the benefit also from a glutathione patch, instead of having an oral supplementation that is reliant on your digestive system to be efficient enough to pull the amount of glutathione that you need, in contrast to one that's done by injection that goes directly into your bloodstream or muscularly, is that the glutathione patch that's injected only stays in your blood and in your body. It dissipates after 7 minutes. You have a temporary benefit. There's like the law of diminishing returns. So yes, you are going to get a benefit in the first, probably the greatest benefit will be in the first day, without a doubt. But then it's going to fade away because it's only in your body for about 7 minutes, and then it diminishes. When you're using the stem cell activation patches, this is turning, first of all, it's not glutathione that's coming from outside of your body.
Right.
Glutathione that your own body is producing. So it's a customized form of glutathione that your body knows is optimal for you. It's coming from your blueprint, right?
Right.
So this increases your immune system, and it's an antiviral agent. And within 24 hours of you wearing the patch, it's going to boost your glutathione 300 to 600%. So the other thing is, you're wearing the patches. All of the patches are worn 12 hours on, and then remove them after 12 hours. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. That means for the next 12 months, you'll be wearing a patch that's signaling this detoxification and increase in immune system for the next 12 months, 12 hours. After 12 hours every single day, you remove the patch, and then it's 12 hours off. Now your body, much like your sleep cycle, it's in the sleep cycle and that rest and restore cycle that things are rebuilt and it's replaced and replenished. Okay, so glutathione. It's also very important to note that while you're on the stem cell activation patches, it's critically important that you drink 50% of your body weight in fluid ounces of water. So weigh, let's say 150 pounds, you're going to want to drink at least 75 ounces of fluid water.
Right.
And also the quality of water that you drink is important. If you're drinking your tap water, like I live in Orange County and our tap water is super hard water. It has a lot of limestone in it. It also has radioactive material.
Yeah, I don't think I've drank tap water in, I don't know, 15 years or something. Yeah, no, we at least get just like reverse osmosis or spring water.
Fantastic. Spring water is excellent because it has trace minerals.
Yeah, right.
Reverse osmosis, you've taken all the garbage out of it. So that's super, super important. Good. You're aware how important it is to drink
Yeah,
water.
definitely.
And the X39 that I just talked about, the radioactive materials that are available in our tap water. So luckily we're drinking good quality water. We're still showering, in
Right.
water that has those things. So your skin is absorbing it. Lotions and potions that you might have, you're also absorbing some of those elements. So the glutathione and the X39 are going to take care of that, luckily. Drinking the water is very important because without it, your body's dehydrated. When your body's dehydrated at a cellular level, your cells become sticky. So instead of the stem cell producing a cell and the cell getting to where it needs to go, it sticks along the way to other cells instead of it getting right away to where it needs to go. So when you drink the water, now you have lots of liquidity, and now that light energy in the form of that cell can get the information and repair right away what it needs to repair. Okay? Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So then the next wall that we're going to bring up is the Aeon patch. This is the master anti-inflammatory patch. And one of my favorite patches, because this patch is, in addition to being a master anti-inflammatory, it's going to bring inflammation down from the top of your head down to your toes. It's your anti-stress patch that we call it, also known as your happy patch. It raises actinoplastins, and I'll explain what that is in just a minute, DHEA, and it does brain balancing. So this patch will actually balance the right and the left hemisphere of your brain by it reduces cortisol and C-reactive proteins. And this causes a calming effect where you actually feel more calm because, as you know, when you're in a high-stress job, when you're frustrated, if you have anxiety, if you have tension, frustration, your adrenals produce cortisol. And as you have C-reactive proteins that are created in the body, some people are aware of the fact that, people who have, for example, autoimmune disease, things like rheumatoid arthritis, you have very high levels of C-reactive protein. So as soon as we lower your C-reactive protein, then whatever autoimmune disorder you might have, if for you it's manifesting, let's say it's rheumatoid arthritis, guess what? Now the pain levels go down. Now you have a calming effect instead of an anxious PTSD-ish. Some people legitimately, I think a lot of people suffered PTSD through the pandemic who didn't have PTSD before.
Right.
So this balances your brain, brings your C-reactive protein and cortisol levels, and creates that calming, happy effect. So let me go into a little talk about, very brief, about what actinoplastins are, because most people have never even heard of what an actinoplastin, they've never heard of the word, right?
Right, yeah, it's true.
So actinoplastins are simply peptides that are found in the blood and the urine of healthy people, and they might stimulate the immune system, and they might also kill certain cancer cells, or at the very least prevent them from growing and proliferating. So actinoplastins are used for different types of cancer, and they're also high cholesterol, and it's also used to reduce brain swelling caused by any kind of inflammatory condition. This particular research paper that I cut this out from says that brain swelling that's due to any kind of infection, things like encephalitis, HIV, AIDS, Parkinson's disease, etc. But any kind of thing, any condition that's inflammatory that would cause you to have brain swelling, okay? So this is fantastic for brain health, as you can only imagine.
Right.
If, let's say, you're playing either tennis or racquetball or pickleball, or maybe you're a runner and you sprain an ankle or pull an Achilles tendon, you can apply this anti-inflammatory patch Aeon to the site of injury. And now, in addition to wearing it with IceWave, where IceWave is simply turning off the pain receptors, Aeon is going to bring down the inflammation and start the repair and restore cycle that I just mentioned to you. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so these 5 patches that I'm sharing with you, these are called, I call them the Fantastic 5. They're the building blocks. They create your foundation, basically your bearing wall, and the walls to keep your house up.
Right.
And carnosine is another anti-inflammatory, master anti-inflammatory. Luckily, David Schmidt, the scientist who created these, is the inventor of these patches, named the Aeon, you know, the glutathione, the Aeon, and the carnosine after the name of the actual master antioxidant, so it's easy to remember, right?
Right, yeah.
Carnosine, I like to tell people, carnosine, remember, just recall carne asada, like carne asada tacos.
Yeah, yeah.
Carne asada means meat tacos. So carnosine is directly tied to the carne, to the meat of the body. So this patch basically improves your cardiovascular system and all things that are related to the heart and all the muscles of your body. What you may not be aware of is that if you have a good cardiovascular system, you have clear brain, focus, and good memory. For people who don't have a good cardiovascular system, they have poor brain focus, poor memory, just poor brain function.
Right, right.
This carnosine is going to automatically improve your healthy brain function, improve memory, focus, processing time, strength, stamina, and endurance. It also detoxes your brain from aluminum. So one of the things to note about this is that a lot of people say, detox, why would I need detoxing my brain from aluminum? Well, one was, you know, how many of us have drunk beer or apple juice, cranberry juice, any kind of juice, or eaten a food out of an aluminum can? You probably have too.
Right.
How many of us have taken food home from, you know, leftovers from a restaurant and it came home in an aluminum container, you know, with an aluminum, you know, top? Now I have. How many of us have, you know, had baked potatoes wrapped in aluminum foil?
Right.
How many of us grew up with toothpaste that was in an aluminum container? I have. So it wasn't until 2014 that, in fact, Tom's toothpaste, which is one of the leading organic toothpastes in the country and in the world, Tom's toothpaste, at the clamoring of the buyers and the consumers, they said, Tom's, it's like, how can you have organic toothpaste in an aluminum tubing?
Right.
5 years that aluminum is a known neurotoxin. It creates cognitive decline. It causes all sorts of problems like MS and dementia and Alzheimer's. And so how can you have organic toothpaste in an aluminum tubing?
Right.
So it was just in 2014. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't 25 years ago. 2014, Tom's decided to switch over to a recyclable plastic container. And then the other toothpaste manufacturers decided to follow suit. So most of us, and there's other products like different creams and so forth that are still in aluminum containers. So your skin is absorbing, if it's a lotion or a sunscreen, whatever that might be, a paste of any sort, zinc, because sometimes zinc in an aluminum tubing, guess what? Those contents of that aluminum tubing now has aluminum, and now you're applying it on your skin and you're absorbing it through the skin unknowingly.
Right.
So it's going to take care of that. These patches and carnosine especially will help if you have any wounds in your body due to an injury, due to an accident, due to a surgery. This is going to aid your wound healing. Okay. So these are the Fantastic 5. We actually have 12 stem cell activation patches, but not everybody needs those.
Yeah.
They're the foundation to build your home. And so what I like to let people know is that your body, without being on the stem cells, on the normal schedule, even with the 50% or up to 100% decline in stem cells being actually awake, your body normally takes up to 7 years to replace all 56 trillion cells in your body. So when you're on the stem cell activation patches, though, everything is expedited because now you have 33% of stem cells that were previously off. They're now turned back on. So everything happens much faster. So that's why pain relief happens faster. But the reparation and the rebuilding of your body is happening faster too. So Chris, if you look at your body, if you were to stare at your hand right now, every cell that's in your hand did not exist 8 years ago. The oldest cell in your body, in your hand, is 7 years old.
Right.
Stomach cells, they're all less than 6 months old because that's on a 6-month schedule. Bones are on a 2-year schedule. So every organ, your eyes, your heart muscle, everything has a different schedule. When you get on the stem cell activation patches, because you have 33% of your stem cells that have been turned on, over 12 months, we will see that for people who take their blood tests either every month or every 6 months, after 6 months, we will see that your biomarkers will show that you're anywhere from 6 to 10 years younger. And when we do your blood tests after you've completed 12 months, you'll show that your biomarkers show that you're anywhere from 16 to 20 years younger. So for example, Stacy, last August, just a few months ago, Stacy had her blood tests done 12 months after completing 12 months of being on the patches. And Stacy was already healthy. She was in good shape. She didn't have any chief complaints or aches or pains or anything. And she was turning 48 on September 23rd. And when we did her blood test, her biomarkers showed that she was 18 years younger and that she was barely 30 years old biologically. Even though she was coming up on her 48th birthday, her body thinks it's barely 30. So her body has been repaired to the state of what it was optimized at 30 years of age. And so that's why she's feeling so much better. Her brain processing, her brain processing speed was like lightning fast, memory, focus, recall, and energy and stamina in her workouts because she works out every morning. So you don't have to take these. That's what some people will ask. The IceWave patch, I tell them, this patch is an as needed patch. This is not a patch that you're going to be wearing every day for the next 12 months. It's only as you experience pain. As you experience pain, you apply it to turn off the pain receptors. The rest of the patches, these are every day. This is a maintenance pack, if you will. So this protocol of these fantastic 5 patches, this is going to repair and restore your entire body over the next 12 months. Now, when I say the next 12 months, there's no contracts, there's no agreements. You can do whatever you want. You can wear these for 30 days. And after 30 days, you say, you know what? I want my money back. You don't have to use them, right? For 30 days. So you can call and you can get a refund. However, if you really want to repair and restore whatever it is that you have that's going on in your body, known or unknown, then it makes sense to be on a plan where you're activating your stem cells over the next 12 months. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure. Yeah.
So for what's your girlfriend's name?
Kirsten.
Okay. So for Kirsten, it would be, I think, let's talk a little bit about pricing. Does she have any other health concerns other than her shoulders and her?
It's mostly chronic pain in various areas of the body. So her ribs are kind of the primary thing, lower back and neck. But there's also various other things that are there too. But yeah, that's kind of the primary concern.
Okay, so that's her biggest pain point. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if she's been diagnosed with anything?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that hasn't come up in conversation. I don't think she has been diagnosed with anything.
Okay. So yeah, so she's just got some of the aches and pains probably from different sports and things that she's done. Maybe,
Well,
furniture moving or.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's like very directly there was a rib injury. You know, she mentioned she fractured 5 of her ribs, a few years ago. So that's a direct cause of the rib stuff. But she said that she's been dealing with chronic pain for most of her life. We did a heavy metals test and found like some high levels of lead in her system. We've been working on getting removed using zeolites and various other things to extract it from her system. So that was also a contributor. It was her environment, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it right now.
Okay, so yeah, so she's got some things and she's had some exposures. Obviously she had some trauma where she was in some sort of accident where she broke those 5.
Yeah, right.
She probably has some scarring and some lesion in those,
Yeah.
which is also contributing to some of the pain that she's continuing to have. So she's going to get a lot of relief, from this, definitely. And so in the first 3 to 6 weeks, a lot of people see and feel and sense something in the first 3 to 6 days. Other people, it takes, 3 to 6 weeks. For some people, it might even take 3 to 6 months. So we don't know. Everybody's body is different. What we do know is that if you're a mammal, and I do say that not tongue in cheek, but literally,
right.
If you're a mammal, whether you're a human being, you could be a dog, a cat, a horse, a rabbit. You could be, as long as you're a mammal, you will experience your stem cells being activated, and it will begin the repair and the rebuilding process, because those mammals all have stem cells. Okay. So, and we have so many people who they'll wear their stem cell activation patches 12 hours, they remove them, and when they remove them, they put them on their cat, their dog, their horse, their rabbit. And what they've noticed is that their animal, for example, I have one gal who, I'll show you the picture actually. Her dog actually had cataracts in his eye. He was, I think the dog was 14 years old. And so she just started wearing, because she had heard other people had put used patches on their animals right under their collar.
Right.
And that they're having incredible results with that. And so this is her dog, an older dog, and his dog, you could see the cataract in the eye.
Yeah.
And so what happened was that dog, look at the eye. Not only did the cataract go away, but its original hair color came back.
Wow, look at that. That's amazing. Man. How long was the patch on him for, or did she do that for?
I think it was 2 or 3 months after.
Yeah, okay.
2-3 months of every day putting it under the dog's collar.
Nice.
And this is Kathy, who in January, she started wearing the patches. So she's coming up on a year now here in January. She lives in Nevada. She's a skydiver. So she is in the sun every single day because she's a professional skydiver. Corporations hire her special events for their do special events, to do formations and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is her January 2022. Okay. This is her in March. That's 3 months.
Yeah.
This is her in June.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
But see how such a vast difference. It's like a slow progression from January.
Yeah, I see.
From March to June, now there's a bigger change. And July, this is her July 14th.
Yep.
So I told her, I'm like, oh my gosh. I go, you got to come on. She doesn't like to have her face. She doesn't like to have
I see. Yeah.
So it took a little convincing. I said, but oh my gosh. And I said, you need to come on. I need to do a video with you. I go, if I know you, so that's different, but
yeah,
you can see how someone, my friends and so forth on Facebook and Instagram and so forth, they know I'm not going to put, BS up there.
Yeah.
People who don't know me, who come across this, they're going to think Photoshop, right? Or that it's
right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go, I would really love for you to come on. And she says, oh, but I don't like to be on video. And I said, it'll be just like a Zoom call like this. It'll be just like that.
Uh-huh.
You'll be fine. And you're beautiful. It's like, so when, I mean, she looks like she's 40 years old and she's 63.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, in fact, I think I can probably show you a picture. I'll send you the video of her because
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe at a later point.
but she's beautiful. She's 63. She looks like she's 35 or 40 years old. And you can clearly see in the video, she doesn't have any wrinkles on her face anymore. She did before, but no longer.
Right.
Her neck and her chest are just as pictured or better.
Mm-hmm.
Got sun because she wears, she's in the sun all the time, but she's beautiful. And you could see that the restoration took place. So that's what people see on the outside. The better part of this story is that it's nice that she had the rejuvenation, because us women, of course, we want to look good, right? And feel good. But her story is that she had 3 breast implants, and for 33 years she's been suffering from autoimmune disorder because she had leakage from
No.
throughout her body. So she's been suffering with autoimmune disorder. Now no more.
Uh-huh.
So again, the stem cells are repairing everything inside and outside of your body. So she's had a whole body reparation going on.
Right. Quick question about application. And so like on like a 12-month, let's just say a 12-month protocol. Let's just focus on the X39 patch right now. I understand 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and then 12 hours back on. Are you using the same patch the entirety of the 12 months, or is there
So
like one for every week, or
that's a great question. So in each one of these, this is a sleeve.
Right.
Each one of these is a sleeve. So these are 5 sleeves. Inside those sleeves is a patch. So there's 30 patches in each one of this. So this is a 1-month supply.
Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, got it.
So every month you would get new sleeves that would be shipped to you. And then you have your 30-day supply so that you can continue without any interruption wearing your stem cell activation patches. The only patches that don't have, let's see, so this one has 30 patches, but as you're aware, it's a 2-patch system. So you have a white patch and a tanned patch.
Right.
Because it's a 2-patch system, you have 30 patches, but 15 white, 15 tanned.
Got it.
So
Okay.
in order to have a 1-month supply of this, you have to get 2 of these sleeves.
I see. Yeah.
So, but these are on an as needed. You don't need these. When you first start, you might need them for the first 2 weeks every day, but it could be that after those 2 weeks, because you've had 2 weeks worth of repair, you may not need any more IceWave after that.
That would be a miracle in her case, because it's literally every day, it's she's dealing with pain. So yeah, if that happens in 2 weeks, I would be absolutely astounded.
Yeah, it can happen. We don't know. I mean, she has multiple broken ribs that have repaired, and she's got scar tissue and so forth. So it's one of those things that only she will be able to tell us. Because once she goes past a certain point, maybe she'll experiment one day, not wear them, and she's like, oh God, no, I got to put these back on. So then she'll know that she'll need to continue wearing the IceWave. So she's the only one that's inside of her body. She's the only one who can tell us. So to start off with, then I would say start on this fantastic 5. Let's get you, with 2 sleeves of the IceWave. And then the next month in the 3rd week, you'll let us know. I would say, because I like to do a 7-day follow-up, like you get your patches, we follow up with you 7 days later. There's no cost for the session. It's you're on the patches, you're on the program. So that we check to see how you're doing and monitor you. And if we need to move the patches anywhere, if maybe her ribs aren't hurting so much, maybe her back's bothering her more, whatever the case is, we'll focus on whatever her greatest pain point is to get her to restore her body as quickly as possible. Because that's the number one thing, is to repair and restore her body ASAP.
Right. No, definitely. Okay, so I've got 2 questions right off the bat here, and I don't have that much time. I didn't slot enough time, I think, for this conversation. So I'm curious on like the monthly cost for just the X39,
Okay.
and then a monthly cost for the Fab 5 pack.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
So just for the just this one patch, is, if you go to my website, which you saw when I sent you the 5 of 12,
Right.
this one on my website, you'll see that it's $149.
Mm-hmm.
This one's also $149. So just these two patches are $149 a piece. So
Okay.
that's $300 right there. Normal stem cell therapy, as you know, by injection or through IV,
Right.
where from $8,000 a shot all the way to, if you need multiple shots or multiple IV treatments, could be up to like 50 grand.
Mm-hmm.
These are patches that you're wearing every single day. So these two patches alone are 300. And a lot of people just go to my site and pay retail and they get it for 300. Or if they look at the bundle pack, we have 279 is the bundle pricing. So you get a little discount.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can put you on my Dr. Wholesale pack program. Let me show you. I'll just show you my Dr. Wholesale form.
Mm-hmm.
No bones about that. So if we were to put you on the gold pack, on the gold pack, the 5 sleeves for the Fantastic 5 are $750. That's
Right.
per month. But I would go ahead and I would give you my Dr. Wholesale price, and you could get it for $499. You would get the Fantastic 5. So you're basically getting 5. If you were to compare for the price of 2,
Mm-hmm.
you can get 4 if you were to just, let's say, focus on the silver pack, because on the silver pack, you get 3 sleeves. We could throw in the 4th sleeve so that for that amount, you would get 2. But really what you need is the gold pack. So you're getting for the 5 sleeves,
Mm-hmm.
the gold pack, you would get the 5 sleeves, and then you would also get the IceWave in there as well.
Uh-huh. Gotcha. I see. And so 5 sleeves, is that always 5 different ones, or is it possible to get like a 5-month supply of X39 at that price, and that would be 5 sleeves? Or I'm just trying to understand. Yeah.
So after you start off on the gold pack, so your next month you could. So I've looked at the pricing and so forth to see like what's best, for people. So we do have a maintenance pack for like $349 where you can get 7 sleeves for $349. So it doesn't include X39 and X49, but now you have 2 months of these supportive patches. You have 2 supportive patches, an IceWave. So you're going to have basically 2 months of this. That's 6 patches, and then you would have 1 of these. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So then you would get a bundle pack. You would get a bundle pack of this in the 2nd month. And so now your 3rd month, all you would have to get would be just X39, because now instead of paying almost $100 a piece for these, now you're getting these for $49 a piece with that maintenance pack.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
So
Okay. So I guess would it be possible though to if I wanted to get a 5-month supply of X39 solo, that's it. Would I be able to get the 5 sleeves
yeah,
for $499? Okay.
you
Okay.
could get actually to start off with. Yeah. So if you wanted to do just 5 sleeves of just X39 and then get IceWave separate, you could do that. You could get the 5 sleeves. Actually, with the gold pack, you could get, I think you could at least get 5 of X39. I'll have to see that.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Let me see.
And then the ice waves, right? Is that what it is? Ice waves. So I know that there's 2 of them.
So
Right. So what is it the same thing as a 149 for, or is it 149 for 1 sleeve of them, or
so these are 149, and these are basically, you can see on my website, these are $79.
the ice waves are $79?
They're almost $100 a piece. So
Uh-huh.
these drop to $49 after your 1st month if you buy it in a gold pack, for example, or a maintenance pack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I can guide you through that so that so that you don't have that confusion. So you get the lowest.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I think what I'm going to, because I wasn't prepared for all the other patches. So I think what I'm going to do is just take all the information and actually go to like the link with her to look at the descriptions of each of the other patches. Because right now, like on the top of our head, like I think she was completely fine, with the X39 and the ice waves. But I think, yeah, but I think what I want to do is just talk to her about the other patches, figure out if there's a variety thing that she wants to do. and then come back and then figure out what the best combination would be for what we want. I think that makes the most sense for me.
Yeah, and this is being recorded. So what I can do is I
Right.
can do
Okay.
this recording so that she can watch it. And now you can watch it together if you want. And that way now you both have the information. It's a nice review for you. And
Sure.
now you kind of figure out. And this session here is solely educational to get you informed so that you could have any of your questions answered so that you can make a decision as to how you want to approach and how you want to move forward. Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, with like I said, the gold pack, you can do the Fantastic Five. And then the pricing after the first month goes down. Like I said, you can't get the maintenance pack up front, but you
Mhm.
can get the maintenance pack, or maybe you can get the maintenance pack up front. Normally people just start off on, let's say, a gold, a platinum, or a diamond pack. So I'll have to look into that. That's probably a good question. I'll find that out. But I
Okay.
know that there's a little drop in price because I know sometimes people, when they start off on the gold pack, maybe they have, the gold pack and they're also getting IceWave patches. And instead of paying, let's say, the $4.99 plus the $69 for one sleeve of IceWave, it goes down. It's like $5.39 instead of $5.69. And that's because once you're in the system, you have gold, you basically have gold pricing.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, understood. So yeah, great. So I guess you might just send me the video then
I'll send it.
via email, or do you have my email? Should I send my email to you? I'll text you it
Yeah,
just in case.
what I'll do is I will save it and then I'll upload it to my YouTube channel as unlisted. So
Okay.
as an unlisted, it doesn't show up on my channel
Right, right.
because I give you the link. Only you, and if you give it to her, only you two will have the link.
Perfect. Yeah, okay. Excellent. Well, thanks for going through everything. Yeah, we'll definitely, I mean, we're gonna go in some route. So I'm just gonna wait for her to free up here with her schedule and talk to her about it, and we'll come back to you with an educated decision.
Okay, I will send this video to you here very shortly.
Okay, awesome. Great, Lillian. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your solstice.
Yes, you too. Happy solstice.
Happy
Merry
solstice.
Christmas. We'll talk to you shortly then.
Okay, sounds good. All right, bye-bye.